Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Nicole and I sell vintage home decor on Etsy, and I also have a small booth at an antique mall. It is currently 11 p.m. I have been going to sleep pretty early lately, like around 9:45, 10, so I am up late. Right now we are in my new cozy corner in my living room that I've been obsessed with. This chair is a chaise lounger. I'm gonna back it up so you can see how pretty it is. I'm in my pajamas right now, but this is the chair. I saw this chair when I was at Salvation Army and it was only $79. I have been looking for a chaise sofa lounger for months, but they're very expensive. They're hundreds of dollars even used off of Facebook Marketplace. When I saw this, it was completely an impulse buy. I don't have a truck. My fiance doesn't have a truck. I had no way to get it home from the store. I bought it and then I got some furniture delivery service to bring it to my house for a pretty cheap price. So I'm obsessed with this chair. I put some art up here. I'm gonna redo this. I think it's just a lot of colors, which I like color, but I think it might be too much. Let me know your thoughts if anyone has any good tips. Up here, I might do like shelves and put some books. And then this, I thrifted. Everything here, I thrifted. But this is like a little, I don't even know what you would call this. And I have some mementos in here, like an old scrapbook. I have a little poems book from when I was 9, some pictures. Okay, back to the main point of today's video, which is that we're doing a thrift haul. I'm gonna show you everything I've picked up for my Etsy shop in the last week or so. Honestly, I think this is gonna be one of my best thrift hauls. I have a lot of cool stuff to show you and I'm very excited. First, I'll start off with this guy since it's in the frame already. This is a bamboo wall pocket. I love wall pockets. They're so cute to hang up, and then you can put an air plant in them, or dried flowers would also be really cute. This one's in great condition. Bamboo is pretty popular, so I thought that it would be a hit. I got that wall pocket at an antique mall for $18 if I remember correctly. I'll go through all the antique mall stuff first and then thrift store stuff after that. So the next thing I picked up recently from an antique mall is this Kakeshi doll. I have never found a Kakeshi doll before, even at the antique malls, so I think they're pretty hard to come by, and this one's super cute. I love its hairdo and it has some fall leaves on it, so I thought that that would be good too for the fall season, which is in a few months. This Kakeshi doll, I paid $29.99 for it, so I paid $30. In retrospect, I do think I overpaid for this, but you know, I don't regret it because I think it's cool to have this in my shop, and I was just excited to find one out in the wild. Next, from an antique mall, is this brass owl wall hook. This was only $4.95, so $5 from one of my favorite booths at a local antique mall. It's cute. Wall hooks like this sell really well, and it was very cheap. Next up is this Staffordshire dog. If you're a reseller or an antique dealer, you probably know that these are highly collectible and very valuable. This, just like the Kakeshi doll, I have never seen one in the wild before, and I was very excited to find it, and it was actually a pretty good price. I paid $45 for this, and it's worth around $120. So I have that listed up on my shop, and it's just super cute. Of all the Staffordshire dogs I've seen online, I think that this is honestly one of the cutest, if not the cutest ones that I've seen. I really love the pattern and the colors. Next, from an antique mall, is this trivet, and it has some fairies on it, which I thought was really cool. I've never found any items with fairies that are vintage. It is stamped Bavaria on the back, so it was made in Germany, and it's really beautiful. This trivet was $8. It's not super valuable, but I just love the fairies, and I thought that that was really cool. Next, oh, I'm bonking my head on this lamp. Move that over there. is this children's chair. There's a specific name for these. Oh, they're called rush chairs. I don't know what that means, but when I listed this, I discovered that it's called a rush chair. And it's cute. This would be nice for a toddler. I worked as a nanny for 7 years, and if I had a child, I would give them this chair. And if you've kind of followed along on my journey with my small business, my reselling business, then you would know that little chairs sell surprisingly well. So now whenever I see them, I pick them up. This one was $10 and I listed it on my Etsy shop for around $70, free shipping, so that includes shipping, and we'll see how it does. Next, from an antique mall, is this swan wall pocket, another wall pocket. I love them. I did consider keeping this one for myself because I just think that they're so adorable, but I wasn't overly attached to the fact that it's a swan, and I think that someone else would be, so I decided to sell it. It has a really cute pattern. It looks like it might be Japanese, and it has some crazing, which tells me that it is pretty old. And I bought this for $18. The very last thing I got from an antique mall is this little cat. It's a little ceramic cat. This was $3.99, so I could not say no to it. It's super cute. Cute animal figurines like this, porcelain ones, sell really well, and I actually don't find them that often when I'm thrifting. I feel like I would expect to find more animal figurines, but I really don't. So I do pick them up when I see cute ones like this. So those are all the items I picked up from antique malls. Now we'll move on to the stuff I got from thrift stores. I feel like I've been going to a lot of antique malls lately, and you can still find undervalued stuff at the antique mall, but I definitely want to start returning back to sourcing at thrift stores because you can find stuff for 50 cents to $3, and those profit margins are much higher than the stuff that I find at antique malls. First up is this fireplace blower. There's a name for these. I live in Florida, so I would never have a need for this. I don't know if it's normal for people to know what these are called, but it's real leather and brass, and it actually works. It's a little bit ripped up and distressed, but see if you can hear the air. Pretty cool. So it does actually work. I did get this at the thrift store, but this is one of those thrift stores that is usually very cheap, but then every once in a while they see that something is valuable and they'll mark it up. So I did pay $40 for this, but it's worth around $100, and it's just super cool. When I did a Google Lens on this item, there was only one other exact match listed, and it's always a good sign when you can find an item that isn't really listed anywhere else. Next is this cutie patootie Austrian vase. I've sold a couple Austrian vases in the past. They tend to do pretty well. This one has some pink roses and green leaves on it, and I actually have a second one that's identical to it. Next, I have some brass pieces to show you, starting with this brass unicorn. I showed a brass unicorn in my last video. I think this is like the 5th or 6th one that I have had in my possession now, which is so random. I don't know why I've been finding so many of them, but I do really like them, and I think they're very whimsical and fun. So I have this brass unicorn here. Next, I have this brass dolphin letter opener, which is really cute. This is another item I was tempted to keep, but I'm not really opening any letters, so I didn't feel like it was justified for me to keep this, but it is very cute. Next is this brass bell. Ooh, it's really cute. It's nice and shiny. It has a good patina on it, and I think I got this for like $1. I will not turn down any brass pieces that are that cheap. Next is this brass filigree jewelry box. I don't think it actually is brass now that I'm taking a closer look. It's just some type of gold metal. It's very beautiful. It has glass on top, and the glass is beveled, and then inside it has a velvet base, and it's really beautiful. It has some floral details. Next are these two brass birds. I think that these are technically swans. They were made in India. I got them for $25 from the thrift store. They're worth around $150. I have a couple things left. I warned you that this is a big thrift haul. Next is this little abacus I got a couple of days ago. It's so cute. Abacuses are really good sellers, so if you see them, I highly recommend picking them up. This I got at the Salvation Army on their half off day for 99 cents. Next up is this beautiful copper pot with brass fixtures, so it has a brass handle here and here. I honestly don't know if people would actually use these or if they just buy them for display, but copper pieces in general are quite popular, and again, one of those things that I don't find that often, but whenever I do find them, they tend to sell fairly quickly. Next up is this cute teacup with a saucer. I don't have a lot of teacups on my Etsy shop, but if I see a pattern I really love, I'll pick them up just because I personally like them. This one has a really beautiful chintz floral pattern, and it's by Ainsley England, which I've never really heard of that maker before. And lastly, the final thing I have to show you is this Russian nesting doll that I found at Goodwill yesterday. It is so adorable. I've never found one of these out in the wild, which seems to be the theme of today's video with the Staffordshire dog, the Kakashi doll, the fireplace blower. I just found a lot of cool stuff recently that I've never seen before. It's a little Russian doll, and it is a set of two, so it has one little baby inside. It's really beautiful. I like the colors and it's in good condition, and I bought this for $2.98. That is everything I have to show you today. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Thursday, and if you have any questions, any video suggestions or recommendations, anything at all, feel free to leave it below. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video.